Hello everyone, welcome back to my Bookish channel. Today's video is inspired by a lot of discussions, fights, debates, arguments about how people's opinions, no matter what they are, about books and just art in general, aren't valid for some reason. It doesn't make any sense to me because you're saying that they're opinions, but they aren't valid because it's the wrong opinion. So, I don't know. Art, no matter what kind of art it is, be it books, painting, sculptures, even sewing, it still counts as art, okay, is all subjective in what's good and what's bad. It's 100% subjective based on an opinion. There's no one right answer. It only gets weird and it only gets wrong in that sense when the artist says, okay, this is based on my life experiences, even though it's fiction. And then they say, no, it's not. Like, no, it is. I mean, they're saying that it's, this is a fiction book, or maybe the painting is like really abstract, you know, whatever it is. And the viewers are saying, no, that's not right. Well, if it's based on a life experience of that artist, then that is a fact. You can still have opinions about that fact. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be a mix of fact and opinion as well. I think a lot of artists have forgotten that, especially after the loss of art in schools in the past 20-ish years, thanks to public education. Throwing shade? Yes, I am. I didn't have a great experience in the public education system, so that's my opinion. One of my favorite quotes from Andy Warhol is about art. Don't think about making art, just get it done. Let everyone else decide if it's good or bad, whether they love it or hate it, while they are deciding to make even more art. I think artists of all genres should live by that idea, while the viewers of one's art can say whatever they want because it's their opinion. And there are a lot of people that take negative criticism or negative opinions or opinions that they don't even agree with but aren't mean, and take it to a whole nother level, and I think a lot of that has to do with social media. That quote will also keep artists sane and not bring about feelings of hurt or betrayal and start acting in cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, like I said, especially on Twitter. And it's just because I think social media has made it anonymous, and even if you have your real name and you have like selfies on Twitter, it's still somewhat anonymous unless you really know how to find people's information, which there are definitely people that can find your information and expose you. Even people that show and tell everything about their lives, they don't seem to mind if they go out and attack this artist because they think that their book sucks and is a danger to society and young teens or whatever it is. As the viewer of art, we need to remember that it's subjective. It's your opinion. There's no best book or best musician because there's going to be millions of people that disagree, and that's the very point of art. That's why there's a whole section in philosophy about aesthetics, art, and beauty, because one can't truly figure out what those mean to the world because everyone's so different. And one belief of art, beauty, and aesthetics aren't going to line up with everyone. That's impossible. For example, some readers will die on the hill that classics are amazing works of art/literature and that everyone needs to read classics, while I can't stand 95% of classics and don't think people should be required to read them. And I don't think that if you have not read a lot of classics that you aren't a true reader. Neither opinion, though, is wrong because it's not a fact. So think that classics should be required reading, while I think most of them are trash. It's perfectly alright to have both of those ideas and beliefs in the literal world, because that's the true beauty of art. It's all about your opinion. Now, you can say that a toilet spray painted red mounted on a wall in New York City is not art. That's your opinion. But there are still people that are going to say, that is a work of art, it's beautiful, I love the aesthetic, I'm going to buy it for $10,000. That's their opinion, that's their money, that's their life. If they want to say that that's art to them. That's perfectly reasonable. Just because you think that that toilet with red spray paint on it attached to a wall that's worth $10,000 is not actual art. That's your opinion. Just like some people don't think that young adult is legitimate and it's trash, or the romance genre is full of older women that have no life outside of reading erotica, whatever. Okay, that's your opinion. That one is a bit mean-spirited, but I see it a lot. Let's have a discussion about it. That's okay, we want to have discussions, we want to have debates, but when we're harassing people and saying that they're trash and they should go die for their opinions about art, namely literature and books, let's calm down. Just because someone says that they think that the romance genre is trash does not mean you should threaten their lives. Because we have a very extreme threat to someone saying that the romance genre is trash. There's a big thing. I would never say that. I don't think that's correct. I think that's mean-spirited. I think that's a horrible thing to say. But something more horrible, that's saying that they should go die, is not helpful. And we should really steer clear of threats, especially when it's just like, oh, I don't read young adult literature because I don't find it interesting. Why are you threatening them? I don't get it. I don't get it. And I know art really gets people riled up, but it's still an opinion. I think going back to what Andy said, they can love it or hate it. They can say that it's good or it's bad. It doesn't matter, because if you're enjoying yourself, you're enjoying what you love, then just forget the haters. I'm gonna paraphrase RuPaul here and say, if they don't pay your bills, pay them any mind. If they're not paying your bills and they think that you're dumb and too old to read young adult, are they paying your bills? No, they're not. It doesn't matter. And they can go about with that opinion. Just keep doing what you want to do. Just read what you want to read and just let it go. Especially if you're an artist that is writing young adult and you have people insulting you that you're too old to write it and you shouldn't be reading it, and oh, go read literary fiction from a 50-year-old man, it's better. That's their opinion. And if they're not buying your young adult books when you're published, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just pay them no mind. Just keep doing what you want to do. And if they don't want to have a civil debate and discussion with you, then it's not worth your time, and just let it go. But if there are people that really want to have a discussion with you and share their opinions in a positive and respectful way, definitely have conversations with them, because that is the fantastic part of human beings. We can have our opinions and we are conscious of those opinions, and we can debate them with one another and have an open mind of those different opinions, especially when it comes to art, because like I said, art is subjective and it's based on your opinions, and that's what makes art so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, please comment, like, subscribe, and if you want to get to know me or any of my writing, all of that info is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great subjective day. Bye.